There's so much research out there that talks to place-based learning and creating a connection to what you're learning and context learning. And so that's what experiential education does. And with the natural environment that St. Mary's Bay has around it, it just lends itself perfectly to this style of learning and teaching. We also have a handful of teachers who have started a movement within the school to have students experience their learning in very different contexts. And the St. Mary's Bay Experiential School of Excellence has provided teachers with new opportunities to develop and hone their own skills in how they develop and deliver their own curriculum. So the trail that's currently in existence at St. Mary's Bay started about, I would say, 10 years ago through their co-op and O2 program. So a group of students with their O2 co-op teacher designed and started to develop a trail system on the campus site.
I asked about having the students being chainsaw trained. So again, that was a bit of a process, to get that all in line and to meet all the insurance requirements and that. But we, success in the end.
So it started as a side project, in all honesty, and the more it grew, the more we valued the work, and it actually has become part of our student success plan. So our school improvement plan actually has a team dedicated to experiential learning. To hear the students talk about how learning outdoors and being outdoors, how it has helped them, some of them, stay in school, and it has changed their perspective about school. We have had students go into post-secondary opportunities that I think they might not have chosen had they not have had these experiences in our outdoor property.
We have 80 acres of total school property here and about 4 kilometers of woodland trail developed. Some of them are large enough to put a four-wheeler through. Others are just single track, enclosed in the woods, and they're very embedded in nature, I guess, in the environment around them. We do leadership activities in the winter time. We're doing we're tracking animals and looking at animal tracks in the summer. In spring, we build shelters and learn how to light fires with a flint. We do a lot of environmental education and activities to teach them leadership skills in order to go ahead and teach others. We have the entire property line marked out with a trail, and then what we did was we created a central location within the woodlands and forest where you can branch off and access different points throughout the property where it would go by educational sites such as plants, medicinal plants, or ecological sites like trees that woodpeckers frequent. And we try and weave the trail through those sites to allow quick access for teachers and educational opportunities for students. With my leadership class this morning, and we're working on how to approach taking students out in groups, and we went out, we have a little rest station and shelter built out about 200 meters back here in the woods, and we wanted to talk about group management. So we identified the boundaries of, if we were leading a group out, how we would mark off the areas so we don't lose students out in the woods and we can manage groups. We did an activity to simulate how you would run an activity with a group of students. We're working towards bringing some elementary schools up here and doing activities with them. So we wanted to simulate the process of running a class, and I had them find little shelters in the woods, identify what would be a good spot, and they had to go out similarly, in a similar way as squirrels would, hide their food. We stopped, came back, took a couple minutes to talk about some of the safety issues that would be involved in an activity like that, and then I had them go and try and remember where they hid all their popsicle sticks, is what they had. And So at the end, there's an environmental education lesson in there dealing with the ecology, especially in wintertime, with animals. And also we finished the lesson with just talking about group management and some of the safety aspects that that they would have to deal with, and they will have to deal with when we bring other groups out into the woods. We have a good number of community partnerships. Recently on the weekend, we had over 100 kids from the community come out and participate in a bike race around some of the larger trails on the property. A bike event, I shouldn't say a race. It was the mini Fondo tied into the Grand Fondo, so we've been partnering with them to allow access to the property and put on a good event here. Ground Search and Rescue has been in doing survival skills with our groups. We've partnered with various municipal organizations to come in and start taking a stake in the property to develop maps, orienteering Nova Scotia, as well as groups from Weymouth, Digby, and Clare.